So, round 4 of TEPCOTT's Season 6 on a Vinewood themed track around the hills of Vinewood with the ever so challenging Coquette Blackfin. This round proved out to be a bit of a challenge with the track car combo, even though I like the Blackfin, but I really didn't put enough practice into this round, which really would have been required to get the best out of this car. So the end result was pretty much what you could expect. Now, that being said, the fact that this division has a load of really good and fast drivers also means that if you don't put the practice in, you really don't have any chance. Now, this part of the hill proved out to be pretty challenging, with many crashes happening either here or the downhill section when we are leaving the mountains, which proved out to be a good place to take positions when you are able to drive through a bit more cleanly than the others do. Now this custom section past the casino was an interesting one, as I noticed that many other drivers had so much more speed through here. So I don't know if they had some other boosts that they could take that I wasn't aware of, or if I just took the line completely wrong, and that way they were able to carry so much more speed. Now here on the back straight, that seemed to be the only brake boost that I was consistently getting, with the other one being the one near the start finish line. Now, brake boosting in general is something that I still haven't learned, even though I've driven in this game for quite some time. But here we go at the end of the first lap, which wasn't that fast, but it was pretty clean. Now this uphill bit proved out to be a bit of a challenge for me, where the car lifts off. I had trouble getting over it clean, while at the same time this bit of the track seemed to be a place where I gained quite a few positions over the duration of the race. Now here we come around to a small accident I had with Jerry, where I lost quite a few positions while I waited for Jerry to gain that position back that I took. Now, comparing that over to the full duration of the race, I don't think that I really would have kept those positions anyway, as I had so many faster drivers coming from behind. And here's a good example of other drivers that were able to take this part of the track much faster than I did, even though I managed to take that position back from back row pretty much right after that section. Now right on the following lap, the downhill section once again proved to be a bit of a challenge, where I slightly lost the control of the car and ended up giving that position to Alex. Now I was able to keep up with Alex for quite the duration of the race, and I started to plan about taking my pit most likely right after him. But when I realized that Beckrow, who was driving behind me, took their pit, I realized that I should take mine if I wanted to stay in front of them. And to my surprise, it actually seemed to have worked that way. Now, unfortunately, I did still lose a position when I had that mistake, where I ended up going wide. And from then on, I pretty much ended up driving on my own, with nabbing few positions when Jerry took their pit, and with Bill having an accident which caused them to have to respawn. And then later on, Laser Tank had their game crash, through which I got one position, followed by Preville having a mistake on the last lap on the downhill section, through which I also gained one position. Now, overall, this race was more or less a mediocre result, which most likely wouldn't have improved even if I ended up putting more practice into this round.